People will go on a weight loss journey and then say, oh my God, I feel so much better after losing weight.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the kind of like age-old question now, especially in the kind of fat acceptance realm of, does losing weight actually do anything for your health? Is there any actual benefits to it? Or is it all basically placebo, or the only benefits come from the actions that you did to lose the weight? Now, that might not make any sense, but I have found a perfect TikTok that goes over this way of thinking from a fat acceptance kind of point of view, fat activist kind of point of view. And this is a point of view that I personally very much so disagree with. Usually I can find, and there are some things that I do agree with in this argument, but I think it's very much so almost cherry picking and making something more than it needs to be. That's my opinion, but we'll let this person explain themselves. So this is going to be the TikTok that we're going to be talking about. It's from Splotchmaker, and there's no description really, so let's just get into it.
People will go on a weight loss journey and then say, oh my God, I feel so much better after losing weight.
So first and foremost, it's crazy seeing someone say that line with so much, in my opinion, disdain in their voice, and it feels like they're upset that someone would claim that they feel better after losing weight. Now, I was obviously 400 pounds at my heaviest, and I feel so much better now than I did when I was close to 400 pounds. This morning, I went on a 10K run, and I walked my dog, and I am already at 15,000 steps. If I was the size that I was when I was 20 years old, there is absolutely no chance I would have been able to do that. Okay? And so like, it's frustrating when people take this road and almost genuinely start to shame people that do lose weight and want to share that with others and show other people that if they feel stuck at their current weight, that there is another way they can go. There's another path that they can take. But instead it's just, oh, you lost weight. Oh, you're an ex-fat. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. You're my mortal enemy, basically, is how it feels. And it's just so frustrating, man. It really is. It feels like I just don't understand this way of thinking. I really don't.
I just have more energy waking up in the morning. My body just moves better. I just feel more myself. Like, ugh, come on, guys.
Like, yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people have had that experience. If they go on an intentional weight loss journey, and I think that's important because, of course, there are ways that you can lose weight that are not healthy, right? There are ways that you lose weight that are not good, right? A severe illness that gets you to lose weight. Of course, you're not gonna be like, I feel so much better now that I can't eat for 3 months and I'm on chemo or whatever it might be. Yeah, that's not the same thing. But if you're going on an intentional weight loss journey because you have decided that the way you feel at the size that you're at now is not ideal, then you claiming, I feel so much better after I did these things that I wanted to do, and I was maybe more disciplined with my eating or with my exercise, and now I feel better, to come on and act this way is, in my opinion, it's pretty gross. Pretty gross.
Whole time, they're exercising, eating more fruits and veggies, and 3, sticking to a routine. But somehow, that always gets pushed to the side as if that is an inconsequential part of why they feel better.
This is crazy to me to think of it like that. Like, it is. When I hear someone say that, I'm not thinking to myself, oh, I don't know how they lost weight and it doesn't really matter. They might have just starved themselves for months. But the weight is off, and that's the only reason they feel better. No. Of course, those things that you have to do to lose weight in a healthy way, because you're claiming the way that you're explaining these things, right? Because there are ways that you can lose weight that's completely unhealthy, right? But if they are exercising frequently, eating better, sticking to a routine, those are all incredibly healthy things. And guess what happens when you start doing more healthy things? you lose weight, right? If your weight is out of control and you start doing these healthier things, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, weight loss will occur. And so for someone to just like put it all together in one thing, and that's easy to see, right? If you see someone, they're 75 pounds lighter, you're gonna be like, oh, you've lost weight. Yeah, I feel so much better. And it's not like you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm sure it has nothing to do with any of these other things you're doing. Of course, I just don't understand coming to this conclusion and being upset with someone saying that they're excited about their weight loss.
As if it has no part whatsoever in how they felt better. It was not the fact that they increased the diversity of their diet. It was not the fact that they started moving their body more. It was the weight. It was the weight.
No, that's not what people are saying. And like, I don't understand how you're coming to that conclusion, because all of the weight happened because of these better things that you were doing. And so it's like getting so upset that being healthier means that you end up losing weight. I'm sorry, like, you can be a little bit overweight and still have really healthy habits, of course, right? But when you're talking about people that were my size or bigger, the vast majority of people that are that size, and I don't say this is in a judgmental way, but you are not that size, 400 pounds, right? Because you're doing super healthy things with your body and you're being really healthy, and it's just, oh, my body just wants to be this way. Now, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, right? Like, you get to that size because there is some significant problems with your daily routine, whether it's eating, exercise, or lack thereof, how much you're moving in a day. There are some big disconnects there. And so it's just so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating.
And so many people will start these resolutions where they're moving their body more, they're diversifying their diet, and they will think, wow, I feel so much better, get on a scale, see that they have not lost weight or gained weight, and immediately think, wow, I'm so unhealthy, I'm so bad, man, this is terrible. Because it's not about health. If we really focused on just making our bodies feel better, there wouldn't be an emphasis on weight.
So again, if you focus on making your body feel better, a lot of times that is going to manifest in weight loss for a lot of people, especially if you are significantly overweight. But of course, absolutely, you could do all of these things and actually end up gaining weight. Isn't that crazy? But it's very, very possible, right? If you are underweight, or maybe not, you're not even underweight, right? You're just not eating correctly and you're not intaking enough calories. Maybe you end up do gain weight. But like, I don't understand why, because some people might gain weight, therefore people that lose weight, all of a sudden there's something wrong with them saying, I feel better after losing weight. I don't understand the disconnect and how you can jump to this conclusion. Like, I can understand saying that weight loss isn't always positive and it's not always going to be a good thing, but to like come on here and be so upset at someone for claiming that losing weight made them feel better is insane to me. Like, for me, when I was 400 pounds, the things that I was able to do and wasn't able to do is so vastly different than what it is now. And a huge part of that was my weight. But obviously, to lose the weight, I had to increase the amount that I was exercising. I had to change my diet. There was a lot of work that had to get done, but it's much easier to just say like, yeah, I was 400 pounds and now I'm not. And it's a very clear and obvious, there's a correlation between my weight and my habits. And to say that there's no correlation ever for anyone is ridiculous. Like, of course, it's not always going to be the same for everybody, but for the vast majority of people that are extremely overweight, those habits are not the best. And if they change those habits, if we change our habits, we will change our life. To say that that's not the case most of the time is unhinged, in my opinion.
There have literally been studies, too, if people want to talk about, oh, well, of course weight loss helps with health. There have been studies where people who literally had their fat just removed, just like lipo, and their markers, their health markers, all that jazz, were not improved from the people who stayed fat.
I mean, citation needed, first off. And second off, again, no one is saying that I'll just suck all my fat out. Like, when they are that size. It just feels so unnecessary.
Weight loss is just a potential possible side effect.
Potential possible, yes, but very probable if you are extremely overweight. Like, yes, I guess you could say it's potential, but it's also extremely probable if you are extremely overweight and you change your habits to healthier habits. Weight loss will almost inevitably happen.
Of changing your lifestyle. And just as likely as weight loss is to happen, weight maintenance and weight gain. Those are both equal, if not more possible, possibilities.
It depends on where you're starting from. If you're 400 pounds and you start to eat healthier and move better and have a better, daily routine, weight loss will probably happen. If you're severely underweight, the opposite will happen, of course. Of course. That's why I don't think that everyone needs to be at the thinnest possible. That's not the healthiest for everybody. There is a happy medium. You can be slightly, quote unquote, overweight and still be completely healthy. You can be slightly underweight and still be completely healthy, right? But again, when we're talking about the extremes, when someone is extremely overweight, when they adopt these lifestyle changes, weight loss will probably happen. Same thing if someone is extremely underweight, if they adopt those lifestyle changes, weight gain will probably occur. I mean, I feel like it's pretty simple.
We need to be actively deconstructing the idea that weight loss and getting smaller is what health is what feeling good is. We need to stop. Let's focus on actual health promoting behaviors in 2024.
So that was the first video, and then there was actually a response that someone wrote out. I'm not sure if I really want to go over this entire video, but basically in this kind of like response video, again, it's very similar stuff, and then it kind of is like linking being quote unquote fat phobic to also being ableist, right? That's what this like response kind of is. And I personally I don't like when people claim that being fat phobic or like being fat basically is the same as being disabled. I hate that comparison because I very much so disagree with it. I think that the size that you are is something that you do have a lot more control over than someone that is disabled, right? That's something that for the most part is not going to be able to be changed. And I personally feel like it's a little rude to compare yourself at the same level as something like that disability. But again, that's just my opinion. But this was like, the first video was the thing that I really wanted to focus on because I feel like this is an argument that you hear a lot, and I can understand where someone is coming from, but I feel like once you start talking about the extremes, like of course, losing weight is going to be a good thing for someone that is significantly overweight. And I feel like that's kind of missed in a lot of these videos. But again, that's just my opinion. I would love to know what you think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.